This la money. I'm got 70 plus taco box, 10 plus talo geru, 20 plus talo waigani, 30 plus talo morata. All got a taco box, they're making about 1,000 kina per day. So he's making 70,000 kina per day. Some people like university, people from school, they finish the grade 12 number, the grade 10 number. Yeah, unemployed, less money. 3 plus something, so woke him, all man, all Mary, so woke him all come up successful in life. 3 plus something. This 3 plus something I also call it motivation. What is motivation? Motivation is the thing that drives you. Xavier Coates said contract blame $600,000 from dollars to kina. MSA sim close to 1.5 million kina inside the one player. Me taking pay blow Justin Olam. Pay blame am stablo. Melbourne Storm nam Lucian nam golo Tigers. Pay blame will put him low $400,000. $400,000 all convert him go him. Boy him sleep straight lo number lo 900,000 a 1 millionaire and pay blow Justin Olam. This la example blow success. Success but inside lo one him sports okay lo life you got plenty different kind of success. Sports and one blow road, business and nar blow road, school and nar blow road. You got plenty way blow success. Nar blow mangi simbu. Em brooking bu school number lo PNG go nogat. Em pani on blow lucky scholarship blame nem go down Australia make it first degree blame. Nem school strong straight. Nem is la mangi em bal. Young blow mangi. Inside the school blame Australia National University. This la mangi top him class blame. Em come first thing him start him low. This la mangi em come DAX #1 student inside the class blame inside Australia. And from that time em finish him a low degree blame will talk him. Arema you want smart la mangi straight. Now you finish him a degree maski. Brain blame bigla to mas. Savvy bigla to mas. Straight from degree. All talk maski you go come up doctor. Straight from degree I'm gonna make him doctor blame. Now money I'm come up doctor blow law. I'm come up youngest doctor blow law inside Australia and la mangi simbu. I'm writing Hamas law book. Focus blame is a specialized law, constitutional law. Antalo this la. I'm writing one beautiful white Mary. All simple. This line example bro success law education. You got kind success. You can come up success law school, law work. Before time even start and even work. I became the youngest CEO in Papua New Guinea. Me work with them la company, the National Development Bank, and me even work like before. All of us sitting here in this room, we are different. Before me even school, one subject biology. Me even school is la biology. I think it was a biologist or kind of stuff. Now inside of biology, you got all kingdom, different kingdom, animal kingdom, plant kingdom, kind kingdom. Inside of kingdom, you got family, kind family. You look him this la dog here. Em come on, la family will call it dog family. One dog plus la dog here, and wolf. One dog blow wolf and fox. One kind blow fox and narbla. So you look him so all get here. They all coming from the dog family, but they are not all dogs. They are very different. One kind of some pussycat style house. It comes from the cat family. The other animal that comes from the cat family is a lion, is a tiger, is a cheetah, is a panther. You name it. This all kind of animal there. They all come from the cat family, or felines also call him. Now question is, can a pussycat grow up and become a lion? Yes or no? You see, a lion and a pussycat are very, very different. Even though they come from the same family, the cat family, a pussycat will never be a lion, and a lion will never be a pussycat. They are different. I want us to all know that we are all different. Before time in school, named the school Gero High School. Now to was Gero Secondary School. Time to me I'll call him Gero High School. Time in school, me been telling him, I want to become a very successful man when I grow up. What will I be? Now me looking at PNG, all got doctor, all got lawyer, all got scientist, all got pilot. What do they don't have in PNG? Now me scaling when we look at PNG, all no go play astronaut, no go play PNG go moon yet. Me ba first man no go moon. Me to go say me become a first man no go moon. So me writing was a goal luminal. I said I'm going to be the first astronaut in PNG. Then me go make him research luminal. What are the entry requirements for me to become an astronaut? Now me read him law. This la time me been making grade 9 law 1999. Me been gonna me make him this la research lo me. This la time no got Facebook, no got Google, no got Wikipedia. So me gonna me boring one book call him encyclopedia. Try pla mama book. This la book me go la N. N stands for NASA, National Air Space Agency. Me go look article for NASA. Me like look him. One is the requirement for you to become an astronaut. Now inside of the requirement, one of the requirement or listing will go him. You must be over 6 foot tall. Me sort lo man. Me try invest. Sabe killing me. Me must be a school good. Me say come first. Sabe killing me but size them on him. You sort Pacific go back and start a place. And so I could not achieve my dream of becoming an astronaut because I was too short. Now, can a lion become a pussycat? Can a pussycat become a lion? We are all different. Justin Olam go play NRL. Xavier Coates play NRL. I'm all successful. Mr. Ronaldo Mangi go come up big play win him school Australian stuff. Some line will make it big business. Some line make him one sudden all come up doctor, all come up pilot. They are many different kind of success. Not all the success is the same success. No matter how I try to grow tall, I will never grow tall. Me stop sot lamane, mi pas stop osem na. Mila togi bla ture osem. Iga 3+ source blow, motivation lo, driving you lo come successful. Me stop me walk with the planted line, me be molo, growing business blow. Me be plenty of table market, mama now will come up on multi-million and all stuff. Plenty of youths me be molo. Iga 3+ way lo you ba make it. This is the first way, self-motivation. Self-motivation means inside the family blue you just all one man you brave. Okay, the support it, you just all you brave. You do things that other people are afraid of doing. That's you. You are very driven. You don't care about anyone. All I talk some sada. You talk you know how they miss here. All get a man talk was a me poreta. You don't like you poreta. It's like I know call him. Self-motivation means that inside you are driven. No go want to change your mind. Once you make up your mind, you are already there. That's the first source of motivation. This is the second one. Second one is very interesting. All will make you want to study, want to research. All make you want to study. All make you want to research. This is research. All work one time. All get a fatty here. All big fet line. All I make you want to study law. This little fet man, fet Mary. And want to research. Want to country and call him America. All get a fet line come now. They wanted to do an experiment. They did a 6 months experiment. They wanted to do an experiment about how can they get these people to lose weight. They found that after 6 months, everyone lost weight. And in the experiment, they didn't change the food they ate. All continued same something. They never did one single exercise. All make all something. But surprisingly, after 6 months, everyone lost weight. The average person in America also finished in plate blown. All get a fit here. They found that everyone finishes all the food on their plate. And so what they did on the first day of the experiment, all came triple mablo baule no line is missing one dish finished. The next day they reduced the size of the dish. Eventually every single week the dish was getting smaller. From a dish it became a plate. You go. At the end of the 6 months they were eating from very small plates. What they found is that these people, the brain will tell you to stop eating when the food on the plate is finished. So that's what happened. All they did was that every day for 6 months they kept reducing the size of the plate. Eventually they were eating from something very, very small and all of them lost weight. Now coming back to motivation. The first form of motivation, I said, if you are very brave, is called what? The first one, self-motivation. Now this is the second one. This second one is called structural motivation. What's an example of structural motivation today? I'll tell you. An example of structural motivation here in PNG today is, so as you want a man or marry with, phone to mass. You try off him phone blue. At least for some an hours. And sometimes use off him phone blue. Try and let him brain blue by rest. Because you missed up now phone 24 hours a day. And by making brain blue go weak. The ability to think is no longer there. We become dependent and addicted on the phone. Structural motivations are the things that you change in your environment which will help you to be successful. So the first one is self-motivation. Second one is structural motivation. Now the last one. The last form of motivation is the most powerful. The most powerful. Where if you're not a smart person, but if you implement this one, you will become very smart. Where if you're not a musician, but if you implement this one, you will become the best musician. Where if you're not a sportsman, but if you implement this one, you will become a sportsman or a sportswoman. This next form of motivation is called social motivation. Inside the school also talking me one word. It's the word also called peer pressure. If you play 5 friends, you play round. Now 4 lol, line go pokies. You good play Christian man no Maria. You too. Eventually you too go pokies. If 4 lol, line almost sportsmen also training go every day also training. You too you sportless here. You too will become a sportsman. If 4 of them all run him lily SME blow, you too you be feeling awesome. You are now. You too start him lily SME blow. This is called social motivation. Me look him lo tete. House will line sleep blame stuff here. Can you say 1 10 there? I'm a slow man sleep back and nearly house and stuff. But lo, one on house here. So it's me like become blouses him. And because at least costing me 4 or 5,000 kina. Buy me by kappa, buy me some off cut DY, buy me nearly no buy me make him house. But me look him, this la house here, lick baby nana house and stuff. Can you say house kagruk here? But man sleep stuff inside. Me look him still house here, lily house. But inside is la house here. 1 taxi and stuff, 1 coaster bus and stuff, another broken down car and stuff. Hey, lick house. But all car and kill him house. Me go next house, almost 5 taxi stop inside. Next house, 10 taxi stop. Next house, 4 coaster bus stop. Hey, and place for again it's like that there. Now lily house, but hey, car kill him on there. There must have been about 300,000 to 400,000 kina worth of cars packed in that lick house here. 3,000 kina house here, 300,000 car and packed stuff. This is an example of social motivation. What is social motivation? Suppose brother blue running taxi, uncle blue running taxi, ma blue running taxi, boo blue running taxi. You guys, you make one of them too. YouTuber running taxi, you know, so by Brugi Bus now we still running taxi here. That's an example of social motivation. Suppose you go on Morata, one of the street of Morata. anyway, you can remember street Morada. While you front is a street and one taco box some stuff. Next place a street there. Next lemia, next to neighbor, another taco box some stuff. This is la full street there. Can you some Lia Goran Logoran Smacket there? Taco box store. Upside taco box, taco box, taco box. That street has got the most taco boxes in PNG. Why? Because all get the man making taco box lab. Social motivation. All copycat lo let go game. Me go on the again. Me involved lo running one bla fuel company. Omin plus operating on service station. Rule bla operating service station and Mosem. You must never make a service station next to another service station. The distance between a service station must be 5 kilometers. Because service stations stop side by side there by no customer. You know not making money. Sorry, all not talking line me at again. You start him lo. Coolie gap go on the again town. By looking me. Every 50 meters some service station. Even you start in the Kagumuga and the Kambeko Sem station. Service station pull up. Killing threat. That's an example of social motivation. Of if everyone is running a service station, guess what you will do? You will do a service station too. I said that social motivation is the most powerful form of motivation. Why? Because you sitting down here right now, there is one thing that you control that I cannot come and do for you. That one thing that you control is called your power of choice. Power of choice means that you can decide who you want to be friends with. You can decide all mangi also run on a still to mas milas around the still mangi. Mila around the loto mangi. One time I made a choice like that. Also line was a bigot to mas maski. So me stop around on them was a bigot mangi. Let me go stop me around on the loto mangi. Within 2 months or 3 months, okay, the bigot person me stop in me on loto man. You can make a choice. It's your power of choice that will decide what you will be in life. If you want to be a businessman, simply stop hanging around with people who are not business people. Now you go finding some line about we're running business, they come our friends want them. If you want to become a sportsman, run on the sports line. So we should become a business Mary, find him some all lines of working business and be friends with them. Social motivation means that when you change the group of people that you are hanging around with, then you will become like them. That is power of choice. And power of choice is really important. Look him, let me explain him some line stuff here. So was you look straight go up here. Tanim na lulu back side there. You can look him la blue banner I'm stop here. This la blue banner I'll call him Credit Guarantee Corporation. Now me stop here. I am the board chairman of that organization. This organization was set up by the government. Government put between 50 million kina gonsa. 50 million put him gonsa this organization. Now why did they put it into that organization? That organization is owned by the Bank of Papua New Guinea, BPNG stuff. The reason why they put 50 million kina into that organization is because so was now yet you go to one bank you like apply a loan. Bank will ask you plenty requirement. One of the biggest requirement where a bank will ask you for is security. They will not ask you for whether you work man blogado, you work man Ultimax. No. Security means your assets. It means that something where you own him, where if the bank will give you a loan for 10,000 kina, then you must give to the bank 10,000 kina worth of assets. You better just write him on the agreement by sign him off now. By talking bank or some bank, you give me 10,000 kina. So was me no beg him. You free lo come na kiss him la generator and stuff la. Oh, it's like taxi me stuff. You free lo come na kiss him. Last time narba leader man asked me, and to was him, Arima, me no got assets here. Me no got something. The most expensive thing when me been got it, me been buy him 100,000 kina and me buy him bright price lo Mary Blumia. Me can give Mary Blumia some security lo bank or no. Sorry, me make it funny as well. If you go to any bank, the bank is going to ask you for security. They will ask you that you must put him some assets please. Promise him some assets please of bank now. Then they will release the funding to you. But look at the organization set up Lapia. Since 2012, come now 2024. For 10 years, for 10 long years, before Tempito Nils the Prime Minister, Marape come Prime Minister, me work lo talking gaman harima. All people blue PNG, all look at assets here. They will not qualify for a loan. You must do something. So me making one plus submission go to government. Me to say government, we need to establish this organization called the Credit Guarantee Corporation. This organization, it will put the assets for the people. So then people like borrow, instead of them looking for assets to give to the bank, this organization will guarantee them. It took 10 years and finally in 2022, 3 years ago, government took alright, will approve him, will put him 50 million go inside and now line for stuff like that. By that organization being here is very, very important. It means that now all of you, if you want to get a loan, you don't have to put the assets yourself. Security, you don't need to put him. This has never happened before in the history of Papua New Guinea. 48 years before independence day, been come up. Until 2022, they finally did it. This is something that has never been done before. Now you look up at NDB and stuff. NDB, what NDB did, something that's never been done before. Before, suppose you like go borrow a bank, you like a loan, they will charge you interest rate of about 30%. Meaning also, suppose you give 100,000 kina now, you have to repay 130,000 kina. If you get 10,000 kina, you have to repay 13,000 kina. In 2015, he been got on the study been come up. All seven man bla Australia, come bungi all seven man bla PNG. No all study no all looking Muslim. How much interest rate blow loan inside law Papua New Guinea compared to the rest of the Pacific? All check him lo Australia, all go check him lo New Zealand, all go check him lo Solomon Island, all go check him lo Fiji, all go check him lo Indonesia, all check him, go. No pani Muslim. In Papua New Guinea, we have the highest interest rate in the Pacific. All narapla. So was you like sim dinao? All but not charge you 30% interest, all but charging you 5% interest. That's why other nations are developing and PNG is not developing. Now me go come pull him tight him one time, government before me walk the NDB here. Make him go now. Government reduce him the interest rate at NDB from 24% down to 6%. Made it the cheapest interest rate in the country for SMEs to borrow. Now so as you go borrowing or somebody online to sell money here. How much interest will charge you? 5 kina. Aya. Look him. 10 kina, 5 kina. Now this like 10 kina you see me. You are paying 60 toya. This has never happened before in PNG history. The interest rates are so low, and that even if you don't have the security or assets to give, CGCM stop it, all but put him assets below you. So now Mila talking Milo Youth Resource Week, awesome. Plant your initiative here. And come up penis. Before the time blow, ma probably me or boo me. This like I no stop it. All hard work, all broken boost now go start the business number to make him here. Now for you it's very easy. So Mila talk thank you lo boss Mary Siram lo front Narai. Thank you lo you na team organize him a nice play event. You bring him all get a service providers come in one place. So everyone sitting here, online or stop now display or something, all no display nothing here. You la go lo NDP here, but you bus na, but you go to get a lo wageni. All CGC here, office school downtown, but you bus na, but you go downtown. Online office school is all over. But now everyone is here, they are here to serve you. So my encouragement is you can run wrong. Make sure that you have an objective. What is your objective? Online like starting business, happy man and miluki. Who's starting business? Okay, you go online say man starting business here. Now you plan him, now plus system come and also give him free school, financial literacy school and free. Kiss him school here, okay, go look him online NDB here, kiss him requirement role, credit guarantee corporation, kiss him something blow. Now your job is that business blue you start him here. The bank will always ask you for a quotation. Quotation blue where minimum so you buy on the taxi, you go on him care motors number 10. Go care next him quotation. Overwrite him on the market 27,000. So was you the quotation for 27,000? You carry go NDB. Togi mo mix in the quotation. Now you people finish it. Connect symbol quotation people. Carry go game online lab. Togi mo mix the quotation finish. What's the next step? Next step now but Togi yourself. Ome you must fill him. You must make him. And they will guide you through the process. They will ask you NDB but asking you you but put him security. Time will ask him no security. Security by Xilo way. Look him. Blue class sign lab. Look him. All get something will help me. I'm stopping his slow here. I'm stopping his slow. Your job, come sit on nothing, stand up nothing, register nothing, come wasting time. You must know what you want to do. What's your objective? Now, for those of you, you play man or you like starting business here. You must say, what business? If I come and ask you, what business you like starting? You must talk to Mr. Redusam, leader, Mila starting one block coaster bus. Or Mila making one taco box. Hey, Harima, one block money, make a taco box play me. I'm going inside the street, blow me blana, street blow me lo NCC. I'm going inside now. I'm looking like Mary Pops. Now, yeah, blame me, I'm nice like big player there. I make him deal one time like Mary Pops. This la money, I make him deal one time like Mary Pops. I'm looking at him street there. I'm looking at the taco box. So I'm go pass it up one time Mary and to go say, please, boss, you not make him one bla container. But me can put him container la yard blue. But me put the container la yard blue. You know, me pay him rent every month. Me pay him on the $1,000. Easy pay everything. Me put him easy pay. Now man give me all tariya. But look at the house play. Mary to him yard blue. Me I'm standing to next come. Within one day, you'll see him the container come stand up him lab, connect him power. See him work yourself. Put him now. All start him the Lilix store. Every month I make him $1,000 a game like mama bla house. Never stop na running business plan. But Ari, this a Lily business here, Lily taco box here. Daily sales blown in one day is 1,000 kina. So look it, inside of 30 days on operator, one day I'm gonna rent the rest of the days I'm gonna go free. You got one plamanos, this la man, and make him the same something. But instead of setting up one canteen, one taco box or two taco box, this la money, I'm got 70 plus taco box, 10 plus talo geru, 20 plus talo wageni, 30 plus talo morata. All got a taco box, they're making about 1,000 kina per day. So he's making 70,000 kina per day. Some level like you make school, finish the grade 12 number or grade 10 number. Man, unemployed less man. I make the first one and work and go make the second one. Now I'm got 70 plus. I make him 70,000 one day. Me I'm calculating 70,000 kina times 365 days in a year. Me punch him no calculator blow me here. I'm so make it 26 million kina inside the 1 year. It's like less man. Me to go some me wasting time. Me gonna start them the taco box to me to here. So this time time is the right time for you to start to do a business. Now, so you can't tell a freeway here. Put on the freeway, you can't have it. Ben speak up and down here. Why you looking all youths and all stop here? All make one him. All brook him stone here. All brook him stone, all pile him stone, all style him stone, 100 kina. Stone looks him free here. All they did is they got the stone, they build a pile and they sell one pile for 100 kina. All see big money stuff here. Every day, I'm also see money here. All like say 1 to 2 grand every day. All mangilapa. You просто look it to. They are selling stones, free stone and stuff. All see, all selling, all see money here. My encouragement to you here. What opportunities are right there in front of you that you could be paid for? All I know, stone. Nala mangim like come to the here. Then he's getting paid for tourism to bring people to his village and show them around. Everyone pay 150 kina each. I'm Karim 30 man go inside the 1 plus Sunday and make him 3,000 kina. Why? Just look Karim man go around look bless blame. You see, there are business opportunities everywhere. Business ideas everywhere. So thank you, Narai and your team. You organizing the good program. Thank you, Luiblakan. There's many opportunities here. Talk to these people around. Make sure that you know what you want to achieve by coming here. If you want to start a business, many people to help you. If you want to find a job or get skilled, there's many organizations here to help you. So I just want to encourage you. No one give up. And also, no one put the trust in Naplaman. Only person you can trust is God. Put him trust in God, no put the trust in you yet. No can even put the trust in me to me pantalans to wish, manam la conmen. No can put the trust in me. Put the trust in God, na you yet, na you walk. No can put the trust in Mablio, Pablio. No can put the trust in Uncle Blue, millionaire. No can put the trust in them too. And banana come help you. Put the trust in you yet. Believe lo Papa God, you walk strong looking. All nice percent in set up in this. Good initiative and come up in this. And by doing this, by working hard, you can become successful too. To conclude, what are the 3 sources of motivation we talk about? First one is what? Self-motivation. Second one is what? Structural motivation, yes. And the last one is what? Social motivation. And so if you want to be successful, simply implement those 3 and you will become very successful. Thank you. God bless.